YouTube, Clout Team Entertainment. Best rapper on YouTube, hands down, no questions asked. And yes, slavery is a choice. What is the Democratic Party thinking right now? They are actually finna put this man in a one-on-one interview. Now, granted that the interviewer, or the interviewee, right? The interviewer is George Stephanopoulos. But, he's a Democrat. But, this is unscripted. Now, unless he got some cue cards behind George, I don't know. But this is kind of dangerous. Like, what are they doing? Why are they putting this man out here like that for a 30-minute unscripted interview?
Because I was sick. I was feeling terrible. Matter of fact, the docs with me, I asked if they did a COVID test because they were trying to figure out what was wrong. They did a test to see whether or not I had some infection, a virus. I didn't. They just had a really bad cold.
Okay, yeah.
And did you ever watch the debate afterwards?
I don't think I did, no.
What?
Well, what I'm trying...
Hold up. Did you watch the debate back? Which was not very long ago. You can't remember if you did or not? This is y'all president.
What I want to get at is, what were you experiencing as you were going through the debate? Did you know how badly it was going?
Yeah, look. The whole way I prepared, nobody's fault, mine. Okay. Nobody's fault but mine. I prepared what I usually would do, sitting down, as I did come back with foreign leaders or the National Security Council, for explicit detail. And I realized about partway through that, I get quoted, the New York Times had me down at 10 points before the debate, 9 now, or whatever the hell it is.
Oh, that's cap.
The fact of the
that's
matter,
cap. Biden, that's cap, bro. If you, first of all, you being down 10 points is you should be happy for that. But you gonna sit here and tell me that they told you was down 10 points, and after the disastrous, the most ridiculous debate ever, and your approval, your points, you went up a point? You went from down 10 to down 9? This is proof that I think this is an inside job. More than later.
There is that what I looked at is that he also lied 28 times. The way the debate ran, not my fault, nobody else's fault. Okay. No one else's fault.
But it seemed like you were having trouble from the first question in.
Thank you.
Even before he spoke.
Well, I just had a bad night.
Okay.
You've had some bad interviews once in a while. I can't remember any, but I'm sure you did.
I've had plenty. I guess the question, the problem is here for a lot of Americans watching is, you've said, going back to 2020, watch me. Yep. To people who are concerned about your age. And, 50...
That's the problem, Biden. We are watching you for 2020, and you are significantly worse off in 2024. So that plan backfired.
50 million Americans watched that debate. It seemed to confirm fears they already had.
Well, look, after that debate, I did 10 major events in a row, including until 2 o'clock in the morning after that debate.
Wow.
I did events in North Carolina. I did events in Georgia. Did events like this today. Large crowds, overwhelming response, no slipping. And so I just had a bad night. I don't know why.
And how quickly did it come to you that you were having that bad night?
Well, it came to me as having a bad night when I realized that even when I was answering a question, even though they turned his mic off, he was still shouting. And I let it distract me. I'm not blaming it on that. But I realized that I just wasn't in control.
Oh, my God. We're only 4 minutes to the interview. This is bananas.
But part of the other concern is that this seems to fit into a pattern of decline that has been reported on recently. New York Times had a headline on July 2nd, Biden's lapses are said to be increasingly common and worrisome. Here's what they wrote. People who have spent time with President Biden over the last few months or so said the lapses appear to have grown more frequent, more pronounced, and after Thursday, by many accounts, as evidenced by video footage, observation, and interviews, Mr. Biden is not the same today as he was even when he took office 3.5 years ago. Similar reporting in the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal. Are you the same man today that you were when you took office 3.5 years ago?
In terms of successes, yes. I also was the guy who put together a peace plan for the Middle East that may be coming to fruition. I was also the guy that expanded NATO. I was also the guy that grew the economy. All the individual things that were done were ideas I had or I fulfilled. I moved on. And so, for example, you know, well, that was true then. What's Biden done lately? You just today just announced 200,000 new jobs. We're moving in a direction that no one's ever taken on. I know you know this from the days in the
He keeps throwing down this number, 200,000 plus jobs, but where? What industry? What city and states? What is the actual job? Y'all let them get away with this for so many. I'm telling y'all, man.
government. I took on Big Pharma. I beat them. No one said I could beat them. I took on all the things we said we got done. We were told we couldn't get done. And part of it is what I said when I ran was I wanted to do three things. Restore some decency to the office. Restore some support for the middle class instead of trickle-down economics built from the middle out and the bottom up, the way the wealthy still do fine, everyone does better, and unite the country.
But what has all that work over the last 3.5 years cost you physically, mentally, emotionally?
Well, I just think it cost me a really bad night, bad run. But, you know, George, I'm optimistic about this country. I don't think we're a country of losers, that he points out. I don't think America's in tough shape. I think America's on the cusp of breaking through in so many incredible opportunities. This next term, I'm going to make sure we have straighten out the tax system. I'm going to make sure we're in a situation where we have health care for all people, where we're in a position where we have child.
This sounds like the same thing he was promising back in 2020. This actually sounds like the same thing that was promised when he was the vice president back in 2016. It really does sound like that. It really does sound like that. Why is this man doing this?
Child care and elder care, free up, and all these things. The one thing I'm proudest of is, remember when my economic plan was put forward, a lot of the mainstream economists said it's not going to work. Well, guess what? We now have 16 Nobel laureates, 16 of them in economics, saying that Biden's next term would be, based on what he wants to do, enormous success. Trump's plan would cause a recession, would significantly increase inflation. I've made great progress.
Hold on. See? Here's the problem. Y'all cannot overlook these things. Donald Trump has nothing to do with your mental health. If your mental health was so good, instead of doing a whole 31-minute video interview, he could have just literally took the test live. This is ridiculous.
What I plan on doing, and we can do this.
I understand that, and I'm not disputing that. What I'm asking you is about your personal situation. Do you dispute that there have been more lapses, especially in the last several months?
There we go. That's real.
Can I run the 110 flat? No.
Okay.
But I'm still in good shape.
Are you more frail?
No.
Oh, come on. Now he's being, see, now he's just being disingenuous. Now he's being disingenuous. Are you more frail? No. Bro, you're old. You are a human being. You do age like everybody else do. And yes, you are more frail. Way more frail. Why is he doing this interview?
I know you spoke.
Keep my schedule.
I know you spoke with your doctor after the debate. What did he say?
He said, he just looked at me and said, "You're exhausted."
Oh, come on.
I said, "Look, I have medical doctors traveling everywhere,
So after one of the worst debates of all time where you are clearly physically, it's not even a word, physically and mentally unstable in front of the whole United States. We seen it. You say you didn't see it. And the first thing happened when the cameras cut off and you seen your doctor. You telling me the only thing he had to say was you're exhausted?
Every president does, as you know. Medical doctors, some of the best in the world, travel me everywhere I go. I have an ongoing assessment of what I'm doing. They don't hesitate to tell me if they think there's something wrong.
I know you said you have an eye.
What? Did you even hear what he just said? They don't hesitate to tell me when they think something is wrong. It's the problem. And y'all keep saying, Tommy Troll, don't tell people not to vote. What? Do you trust these people? You gotta think about this for a second. The same mainstream media that's grilling him now, they're doing that because they had no choice. They hid this bullshit since 2020. They knew this man was not fit to run office in 2020. This is crazy.
Assessment. Have you had a full neurological and cognitive evaluation?
I get a full neurological test every day with me. And I've had a full physical. I had, I've been at Walter Reed for my physicals. Yes, the answer is.
I know your doctor said he consulted with a neurologist. I guess I'm asking a slightly different question. Have you had the specific cognitive tests, and have you had a neurologist, a specialist, do an examination?
No one said I had to. No one said, they said I'm good.
Would you be willing to undergo an independent medical evaluation that included neurological and cognitive tests and release the results to the American people?
Look, I have a cognitive test every single day. Every day I have that test. Everything I do. Not only am I...
I'm going to put it in the screen. He actually may not be lying about this part. I'm gonna put a clip between, but I don't think he's lying about this part.
Campaigning, but I'm running the world. And that's not how it sounds like hyperbole.
It is hyperbole.
But we are the essential nation in the world. Madeleine Albright was right. And every single day, for example, today, before I come out here, I'm on the phone with the Prime Minister of, anyway, I shouldn't get into detail, but with Netanyahu. I'm on the phone with the new Prime Minister of England.
Right.
I'm working on what we're doing with regard to, in Europe, with regard to expansion of NATO and whether it's going to stick. I'm taking on Putin. Every day, there's no day I go through there are not those decisions I have to make every single day.
And you have been doing that, and the American people have been watching, yet their concerns about your age and your health are growing. So that's why I'm asking, to reassure them, would you be willing to have the independent medical evaluation?
Watch me there's a lot of time left in this campaign. It's over 125 days.
So the answer,
make a decision.
The right answer right now is no, you don't want to do that right now.
No, I've already done it.
You talked a lot about your successes at the beginning of this interview, and I don't want to dispute that. I don't want to debate that. But as you know, elections are about the future, not the past. They're about tomorrow, not yesterday. And the question on so many people's minds right now is, can you serve effectively for the next 4 years?
George, I'm the guy that put NATO together, the future. No one thought I could expand it. I'm the guy that...
I can't watch the whole video. I'm sorry. I cannot watch the rest of this video. I just can't watch it. This is sad. It's past the point of funny anymore. This is just sad. Because everybody can relate to or know somebody who, when they got to this age and start getting to the elder age, their minds start deteriorating like that. Because he's human like everybody else. This is sad. And they just pushing this man out here. He said he did 10 events. The man actually said the first thing his doctor said after the debate was, "You're exhausted," and y'all asking me stop making videos on why not to vote. This is why you don't need to vote. They hid this for 3 years for y'all. The mainstream media, the same ABC News, hid this in 2020. They knew what was going on. Slaves a choice.